This is the Stanley Cup Playoffs on EA Sports. Son of Beast and Terry Cruz here. This is the postseason of the NHL 25. Hey everybody, it's Terry Cruz, and I'm here with my broadcast partner with Lightbulb. And this time, we're about to get this thing started as now it's the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup Playoffs. And right now with me, I have our special guest in the pregame show, Test Tube. Thanks guys, tucking in for you guys. It's turned to be like it's the only two that we are looking at it for. And this is the only matchup. You may remember this one from the first postseason in the first round, but now they re-meet again. The Florida Panthers and the Capitals are the only ones to be playing for in the Eastern Conference. No other zone had to be playing in here before, but you may notice how this happened because the Florida Panthers had a better chance over the Washington Capitals. With that play in mind, there is no option of how this will change. But this is one big question of who do you think is going to the Stanley Cup Final? Oh, this is an exciting one there, Terry. I've got to say that now. The Florida Panthers definitely are going to be looking over into this. I bet that this one is going to be my take, as this might be the Florida Panthers, the first time ever. It might be going in for his better history of the game. I'm hoping that this would be a great stoppage to take things in. Maybe sometimes they really need to do is they've got to find a great look. The higher, the harder, the better they chose. Well, I may have just said it before, Florida Panthers are going to win this one. That's my choice to pick for the first game. So it's going to be like big chain, and they probably may have to do this one on their own. It may not be the bigger change that you have to do for, but there's another great example to try to keep things up again. So at this point on, the Colts starting head coaches is in between Paul Maurice and Spencer Carberry between the Florida and the Washington Capitals. The starting goaltenders are Sergei Bobrovsky and Logan Thompson. Alright, Lightbulb, let's take your picks here to start off with the superstar factor players for the Panthers and for you, Esteban, the Capitals. Thanks, guys. Alright, let's take a look and see what we've got right now. Starting with the Florida Panthers, we have is Alexander Barkov. He's one of our biggest defensive stick lifts that he's ever been playing in for. The last part of the game that he's ever been completing it for was the second round that he has been chose. The last one of his own game for the Florida Panthers, Alexander Barkov, he makes his own great take. He has 6 goals in the playoffs. He's looking to see what he can handle it now for the conference finals. And Sam Reinhart, he's with only the closing quarters. He makes the closing shooting range as he has a great use of his effort. Close range is definitely a great choice to have it. He also ties it up with Alexander Barkov with 2 goals in a game. But for Matthew Tkachuk, he makes it up in its tricky zone. He has scored 11 playoff goals that he has made. Everything you see before, it doesn't really take the effort to show how it's done, but there is more to play on the better range. Then, the superstar players is Sergei Bobrovsky. He's dialed in with a boost saves, and Matthew Tkachuk knows it's tricky zone. Aaron Ekblad, he also makes that one with 3 goals in the playoffs. Then Carter Verhaeghe, which of course he knows he has got 8 goals in the playoffs. And finally, Gustav Forsling, he only has 1 in the playoffs. We'll see how well he does with his second of each kind. And now let's go over to the Capitals. Bye-bye. Guy for the duo. Your turn. Alright, thank you so much. Now, for the Washington Capitals, the only player that is the great and the legend is the Great 8. A one-time T makes this zone Alex Ovechkin. He has 7 goals in the playoffs. He makes a illy one-timer with the big saves. And John Carlson, the other side of it, has 4 goals in the playoffs. Then it's Dylan Strome. He has 8 goals to 9 goals in the playoffs. And then it was not really what they were expected to do for, because of this one, he might be the next person to get 10 goals in the playoffs. We'll see. Then Tom Wilson, he has 6 goals in the playoffs. True-lensless great hitter. And TJ Oshie is the only one left that hasn't scored anything. And he's definitely he may never be on here. We'll have to see about that for next season. Alright guys, thank you guys so much. Now what's your take in? Who do you think is going to win? I'm going to say the Florida Panthers are going to win the first game.
Yeah, me too.
Well, the game is on. Eastern Conference Finals is about to begin now. Sending in my broadcast partner, I have it, is Roy Cruz. He's also along with James Chabulski. And the third commentary of the crew, I give a warm welcome to Meatbone 11. And in center ice, I have one of our big favorites. One you all know for. It's one of our big takes in. And this time, I've got a great new commentators to show things off. And this time, you know what it is. He really makes us for anything. Ultra Beast. And for this point, let's get the game started for the Eastern Conference Finals. Panthers, Capitals! Next on EA Sports. Game starts now.
It's a big game matchup. Hi everybody, I am Roy Cruz. I'm here with James Chabulski and B411. This is the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports of NHL 25. Let the games begin. As we start things here, we have his photo with Iggy. He rolls it into Sam Reingold. He rolls it down. Now he will find it over to Iggy. He will send it over past the Forsling. The start off for the Alexander Barkov as he'll give it back to Forsling. Aaron Black shot is saved by L.B. Thompson. The rebound will pick in for Tom Wilson. The kick over now in the range over to Alex Ovechkin. He'll now find to Sam Reingold. He looks to Aaron Ekblad as he sets it over to Connor Riggy. Riggy's right to the range. Knocks it down with her on his own. Tom Wilson with the rebound as he'll now have it the other way. I'll pass over to Alex Ovechkin. He scores! There's the first goal for Alex Ovechkin in Eastern Conference Finals against 8 of the playoffs and first goal in the league. Well, there's one pass off and you're looking at Alex Ovechkin. You see that one? It's a great sling. It was right over, right into it in the middle. That one passes over right to the net, and he got that first goal range in. That's where it comes in, with the first goal to range in, where Alex Ovechkin, from the captain from the Capitals, doesn't start off with anything that he has been chosen. So that's a great goal for Washington Capitals since we're looking at it afterwards. You know, Alex Ovechkin, he's really like one of our better greatest, and he's really like one of our new greatest for you, as we all see for Alex Ovechkin. The biggest highlight has been turning it in to welcome him on board. For many years ago, that was like 1965, and it was not really easy enough, and they really been showing off anything. The better relation, and he was really been showing things for Alex Ovechkin to keep his goal range in, and he's really been like a comfortable scorer. He really has shown off what he can definitely do. I'm pretty sure that he can definitely like handle it off and get 2 more in the playoffs. Let's see how he can handle it. Here's Kolikov, sets it over to Nikola. Nikola passes over to Kolikov as he rolls in. His shot blocked and rebounded by Kolikov.
Scored by number 8, Alex
Chikwa now finds Carlson to get to Big Michael. Big Michael, pass off to Carlson.
Assisted by number 43, Tom Wilson.
And
by number 74, John Carlson. Coming with 47 seconds remaining in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Alex Ovechkin with his 8th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game, assisted by Tom Wilson and John Carlson. In the first period of the conference finals at 47 seconds in the playoffs.
And the wing for Ellers. He'll have it to Van Riestad again to Verona. Verona right to her in the wing, trying to keep his own right from tight. And it's rebounded by Florida Panthers. He'll send a deep pass over again to Bobas. Watching the play in, gives it to Lushkarainen, and he'll have that pass up on the outside of Smith. Here's Bolinski's shot. Big save by Thompson. He'll stop that play with only 18:04 remaining in the first period. Now, you remember this one here before, that the Florida Panthers played against the Washington Capitals in the first round? These were the only matchups that they were able to have that one agreeable to have change it up. We see so many other ones that the Florida Panthers were able to try to keep things from going in. Sometimes we don't make the win, sometimes we do make the win. It's really like how hard it is. We've seen them in the first season, and it just really didn't get off to a great start. You know, Florida Panthers has been one of the wildest team, and he wasn't sure how that was going to be able to happen. This slowdown was really over and kept on from coming back. And you know, every time this happens with Florida Panthers, they really have to do all their work. This power range effort is not really the big change that anybody does for it. You know, the better year of the season has to be with everyone who wants to control it. They were really sure how that one is going to bring in. What I know about this one is really the hardest play type you have to do for it. It's not really like anybody's game, but you got to make sure you have it at the right moment. Until you have that one locked in, you're in. You just have to make sure you play it in with the right target. Jacob Verana right to it in the wing. He'll have that one pass and scoop it over. A shot clock save by Bobrovsky. A rebound puts in. Kind of stop and bounding save made by Bobrovsky. Under 17 minutes remaining in the first period, he'll get ready for another puck drop. A lot of scoring lines here. Alex Ovechkin looking for 2 more goals to get 10. And with the win, here's a shot, redirected. Alex Ovechkin will pick up the rebound. Strome has the pass over to Kukla. A shot, blocked it in. Alex Ovechkin shot, big save made by Bobrovsky. Now the Panthers will go back to work, and he now goes it off to Ryan Hart. Ryder pass over again for Higgy. Double racing bounding for Barkov. Shot saved by Logan Thompson. He'll have it over now playing to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad pass over again to Forsling. Forsling pass over to Ekblad. He looks over to Reinhardt. Reinhardt looks at Ekblad and he gives to Forsling. Forsling shot save made by Logan Thompson. He'll have that one covered in with only 16-19 remaining in the first period. The big moment is just seen for Alex Ovechkin. He's trying to see how he can handle it all. He never stands anything when it all turns out. The big plays on his effort was a big range on goal. Do you think that Alex Ovechkin will get 900 for his career goals in the season?
I pretty do so. I mean, I would really love to be seeing things for Alex Ovechkin, and he really has to be playing up. Somewhere along the range, he's not really going to make that one clearly, and he would have to do it for anything. I was really sure that he would have to be playing it afterwards there, Joe Roy. It really is great range to have it in that, but all-timing effort is a big all-time save. Dubois shot. Good pass save. What a stop by Sergei Bobrovsky. He really got that big timing on the dial save. He made this one incredible. Bennett right to the wing as he gets to Kulikov, and a shot range save made by Thompson. He'll stop in with only 15:34 remaining in the first. Nearing the 15-minute mark in the first period, in the first game, 1-0. Now the win for the Capitals, as this will get to Tom Wilson. Wilson, on his way down, Malinsky gets it back, passes over, now finding to Schmidt. He'll give a send over to Greer. AJ Greer looking in right to her and alone. Slows things down right to her in the center as he finds Schmidt. Big shoot, save by Logan Thompson. Kekovic shot with a rebound again, trying to play it back tank. Nosek with the rebound as he'll have it again to Malinsky's. Malinsky passes Schmidt. He looks to Nosek. He looks to Kekovic on a shot. Over and right into the chest. Thompson stops that save with only 15:01 remaining. This is really what the harder makes it bounding. Logan Thompson really made this one a great save. He wasn't really sure where it was coming at. He really got a great look and a great stoppage.
Sandin with the puck as he rolls over to Van Riestad. Van Riestad watch again. The pass over now finding to Alex Ovechkin. Alex Ovechkin right to her in the wings. He'll have that one look over to Sandin. Sandin, a pass over to Wilson. Knocked him down. 5 hits for Florida Panthers. Now Kakovic will have it over. A stick lifted and he'll have this own rebound. Kakovic kicks the puck over. It's rebounded by Sandin. Sandin looking it clearly, now finding the Ehlers. And now finds Ekblad. Ekblad pass to Malinsky's as he looks over to Kakovic. Kakovic pass back to Malinsky's. Malinsky's looks over now to Barkov. Barkov pass looking broken up and it's now finding the Ehlers. Hello with the change right over to the wing as he gives it to Jacob Verana on a shot. Big save by Sergei Bobrovsky. And Alexander Barkov will have it again at corner Haiti. Looks over to Malinsky's. Back in that Washington territory, Malinsky's. He'll have it in Haiti. And here's Barkov, one-time shot blocked. Rebound by Walensky, it's back to Barkov. Barkov looks at Ekblad. Ekblad trying to roll in with the fade, and he has to get it. Walensky looks it over down to Verhage. Here's Barkov's shot. That one's blocked. Rebound by Carlson. Trying to roll over to Products. And now finds Pierre-Luc Dubois, and he rolls right into it in the Panthers zone. This one broken it out. Knocked him right to it in the range. What a great stop. He really had that one on the hard playable. There's no enforcement, but this really has to keep himself in pressure by forcing the attackers. Dubois outside, Carlson. What a great block. And it's stopped by Sergei Bobrovsky. Oh, he's really giving it a great use. This chain-off has really been playing it important. Here's a set to Aaron Ekblad. He rolls to Gustav Forsling. Ekblad, right from outside. You can't get it to go as Protos with the rebound. Rolls right to the blue line. Rebound by Carlson. Pierre-Luc Dubois right in the middle. Right in his zone. Lindell takes it back to Aaron Ekblad as he rolls it over. Muscarini right to her in the way. That's up and across. Spins off and around. Tries to get the pass to Mikolo. Mikolo. Muscarini shot blocked by Protos. Protos gets it back over to Roy. Roy looks out. Mikolo takes it over. He has the pass to Lindell. Lindell avoids his bumble. The tackle by Muscarini shot. Glove save by Thompson. 12:22 remaining in the first period. As we pass the 15-minute mark, as they'll get ready for another puck drop. A lot of time up in the period. 1-0. Still Washington. Looking to get closing quarters in for the midway mark. Now the win by Eller. As he'll have it again for Everly. Here's a pass left to Ben Giovanni. Good stick left by Mikolo. All the way up. Icing on Florida. 12:10 remaining in the first period. As they'll be able to reinforce or regroup things up for another puck drop. They really are sure enough that they were able to play some hard focuses. The attention for Logan Thompson, he has shown enough a best range than he was ever going to play. More likely than so, I wasn't really sure how hard he had been playing it for. The better weakness of the skill is not the big change that you have to do for it. It just gets worse, but don't play it like you do for it. And every year, you don't see the season how it gets. It just really gets it off to a hard target point. I don't see how that one is going to change, but they really had shown up the right amount of skills. This coverage is going to make that one feel like they're flying down all over the ice. The new change offense right now, Smith's on ice. He'll have it to Greer. Greer shoots for deflection, saved up by Thompson. Keeps the rebound in, knocked him down. Thompson holds the puck with only 11:27 remaining in the first. He was almost going to have that puck going back in. That goal was going to almost make it in at the same time. The win by Strome as Carlson is right to her in the box. Trying to roll to Chikron. Chikron rolls back over now playing to Strome. Strome battling for the attack. And it's rebound by Washington. Chikron will now have a pass over down to Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin gets slammed over as Walensky will roll it back out the other way. That's kind of like a dirtiest on play. No ever happens. Alex Ovechkin didn't really like that at all. Schmidt. Pass over to Walensky's. Walensky's shot. This was blocked up and rebounded by right guard as he returns on ice. Stop them, made. Here's Barkov. Backhander save by Logan Thompson. Rolls to Smith, now finding Walensky's. He rolls to Smith, now has it again to Barbecues. Rolls in. From corner range, Schreiber, stop in by Thompson. Oh, what a great stop in for Logan Thompson. He's holding it alive to get that one here in the midway mark. And now sending over to center ice, I have his Ultra Beast. He'll be sending in with Alexander Barkov. Thanks, folks. Alexander Barkov is one of our biggest on his own attention. The defensive effort is calls a unit. What he really makes him do is the powerful that he had. The more thing that he does, the better that he had played for. The captain is really given everything with all they've done. And with anything that has to change it for their lifetime, it's better to be off to be the Barkov player of the game. I'll be finding out from Barkov if he has his signing in this game, guys. Airplane shot, blocked by Eller. And Eller is right to the wing. Get a little stick lift here, and this one rolls it past down to Forsling. It's great enough to have the Forsling that get over right into this. The poke check is turning out
terrific. No penalty to give here. They played it really well.
Here's Verona. The pass over deep to Radius. And pass to Van Riestad. Van Riestad gets bumped up. Here's the pass out. Dubois shot. Saved by Jordy Bobrovsky. He rolls to Lusterini. That one is up and missed away. Good poke check by Lindell. And he has it again to Lusterini. Lusterini is right to it away. Going under 9:30 remaining in the first period. And it's rebound by Lindell. He has that pass over to Forrest Lane. Cool coming back on ice. He finds it to Forrest Lane. And he gives it over. Pass up to Lusterini. Fires a big save by Logan Thompson. Howling along the board. Tries to roll back to Lusterini. Here's Lindell. That one goes back over. And now it's Roy. Give to McMichael. McMichael's right toward ring. He has it again to Dubois. Shot. Glove save by Bobrovsky. We'll have freeze the puck in with under 9 minutes in the first. We'll be ready to get their reinforcement regroup in the center ice. And now descending every way is Alex Ovechkin, one of our greatest players for the Washington Capitals. Ultra. Thanks, folks. Talking in with Alex Ovechkin, he is trying to get 2 more goals to get 10 playoffs in the game. I really have seen so much effort on his own use. When his one-time ability has been changing it off, that timing is just rigid. The more mounting, the better that he had played for. I would love to see how Alexander did for Alex Ovechkin, and it's not really his time. He wanted to see how he can handle it to give that one all a better look. This one stops in with only 8:34 remaining in the first period. Washington still up by 1, and with a big hit for the Capitals. Now is the ready to kick off another puck drop. It's 8:34 remaining. 1-0 is the score. And the win for Dylan Strome. Chikwa will now head it again to Carlson if he has it over to Tom Wilson. The deep pass to Alex Ovechkin. Knocked him down! Wow, Kulikov had a little slack on that one to try to get rid of the captain. He was never seen like this. That one almost been like bungled out. Here's Bennett. Rebound by Kachuk. Trying to make it look tricky, but he did not do anything. Rodriguez loses the effort. Rodriguez trying to roll a rebound, and it's now back to Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson, right to it. Dumps it out. Rebound by Mikolo. 8 minutes remaining in the first period. He'll have that pass over. Now finding the corner for Verhage. Verhage watching in trouble. Raging into Kulikov. Fires in range. Glove save by Thompson. Kachuk with the shot. Easy save by Thompson. He rolled it over with only 7:46 remaining in the first period. That's like a hard time in this being like that. Nobody was able to see how he can handle it that. And as Tom Wilson, he made a tremendous escape, but it's not always what they really have to change for. 20 over 17 hits for the Florida Panthers with only 7:46 remaining in the first. Now the win for Alexander Barkov. He'll send it over to Schmidt and back to Walensky. Walensky for deflection, saved by Thompson. 7:40 remaining in the first period. They'll hot things on and get ready for another puck drop. You know how Slapshot does. He really would say that he wants to beat out by the animal on the mammal. He was not sure how he could handle it, but the Slapshot seemed to be like a mammal to make the reptile feel better. Don't you think that will be a great way to see that one hunger out? I would never see it like this. They would all have to be seen like afterward. It's no change in that. The living penalty that's going to start on Dubois with the cross-checking. Extra skater coming on as Barkov rebounds it in. He rolls it back to Schmidt. Schmidt pass. Kachuk fires it. Save Bay. This one plays rebounded by Matthew Kachuk. They'll roll it over to Corey Verhage. For the Panthers fans trying to show us some support. Schmidt outside. 7 minutes remaining in the first period. Keeps moving the puck around. Schmidt needed to go over again. Not finding Kachuk. Kachuk looks over to Walensky's. Here's a set to Verhage. Rolls to Wrangle. Ryder passes over to Walensky's. Keeps it going to Schmidt. Schmidt looks over to Walensky's. Has it over to Schmidt. Schmidt trying to get over to Walensky's. Here's a shot for Kachuk. Save by Thompson. This will stop in play with only 6 minutes.
Elliott Washington, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
This one's the bad feeling when you're doing for. Pierre-Luc Dubois was right on its hand and just went out on shoving. This is not a great start for Alexander Barkov's team. He get right over by cross-checking, and Pierre-Luc Dubois is in the penalty box. So the first penalty kill will start in for the Capitals, and it will be the Florida Panthers to start their first power play. Power play's really going to make this one chain. Nobody has ever done it before. They just need to make sure they have that one cleared out.
2 minutes for cross-checking. 7 penalty for Washington. 7 minutes and 30 seconds. That's 2-minute penalty on number 80, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Dominant penalty in the first period. 7 minutes, 30 seconds for a 2-minute cross-checking.
Fires a pass, stopped by Thompson. 6:25 remaining in the first period. They're in the 5-minute mark in the first period of the game. Game one seemed to be like they're doing for a trick, but it seemed like Florida Panthers wants to see how he can definitely handle it to get that one a tying game effort. As for the win for Lindell, you'll find Schmidt to Rodriguez. You'll find Sam Bennett. Over to Lindell. Backhander shot. Hold the save by Lucieranen. He scores! There will be a first goal for the Eastern Conference Finals. Into Lucieranen gets his power play goal. This is what happens with Lucieranen. He makes this one a second goal in the playoffs. He just didn't think he was going to be clear enough afterward. This rebounding was right around passing over to Thompson. And then this goal was really making this change in. He wasn't really sure about that if he was going to be able to make it. So that will be his first goal in the playoffs of the game. And that will be his second. He's really like giving it up, everything. 13:43 time limit goal. That would really make that one slap down a hammer. Ovechkin shot saved by Bobrovsky. Stopped the play with only 6:09 remaining in the first. Biggs comeback scores, but later after the midway mark of the period, it was the other team as they striked it the other way. As it's now a 1-1 Florida and Washington.
Florida goal. His second goal in the playoffs. First goal of the game scored on power play. Number 27, Itu Lucieranen. Was assisted by number 15, Aiton Lundell. And by number 9, Sam Bennett. Dominant goal for the Florida power play. 13:34. Itu Lucieranen scored on a power play goal. His second in the playoffs. Assisted by Aiton Lundell and Sam Bennett in the first period. On the power play minute at 13:44 in the playoffs.
Afterwards, you're going to watch for caution. Carlson knocked it up right into the boards, and now Alex Ovechkin will take his own turn. Stopping into play about it. And a shot, big save by Sergei Bobrovsky, and Alexander Barkov will have it over to Reinhart. He passed over to Alexander Barkov, and he was swayed to Mikula. Mikula kick at the end of the blue line. Jacob Chikwan, and it's back to Sam Reinhart. Fires that way around net to Carter Bergegi. Bergegi watching it. Pass off play to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad finds it past the Forsling as he rolls to Ekblad. Keeps moving around again to Reingold. He'll give to Forsling. Now has it to Aaron Ekblad. Pulls it in with the pass to Bergegi. Rolls to Ekblad. Here's a shot. Goes right over and it's wide. It's off the wall and back to Bergegi. They miss on everything. These scores are not going to make this one easy enough if they get the timing in there right. Ekblad finds Forsling. He has it down to Bergegi. Bergegi pass to Aaron Ekblad. He'll give it to Forsling. Forsling shoots blocked. Bergegi with the rebound to Ekblad. And finding to Reinhart again to Forsling. Forsling to Reinhart. Here's one time Bergegi on this shot, and this one is off the defender. Rebound by Forsling. He'll get that one out there the other way. Big shucking out down the building. Back to Forsling. Forsling pass to Bergegi. Fires it. Saved by Logan Thompson. John Carlson, right the other way. Now the Capitals will have their turn advantage. And Aaron Ekblad takes it over, now finding the Bobas. Here's Shifter Bobas. Rolls that one out of his zone too soon, as Bobas will give it back the other way. Lucieranen rolls it out to Schmidt, and he gives to Belinsky's. Belinsky pass to Schmidt, looks to Lucieranen, gives it over to Belinsky, again to Bobas. Bobas fires it. That one blocks up Edwin Duck. Lucieranen shoots, saved by a play on Logan Thompson, and rolls back over to Stroh. This is really what they all expected to have for Logan Thompson. Even if they do this thing again, won't be a big sludge on the big game. He really would have to face the consequences to get over with the better use of the ruling effort.
Still a lot of time left in the period. They are both even now with 1-1.
Now the win for Dubois, and that shot finishes scores! Triple Van Riesen! He will get his first goal of this NHL to the second goal of the playoffs.
Well, he really done that one again. Henry Stanley really trying to get that block. Here's that goal. This is the range that you just see things from Henry Stanley as he has that one. The chip over on the pass by Sergei Bobrovsky, he wasn't really thinking of clearly at all. But that's where he made a great save. I'm sure that he wouldn't change at all for anything, and he really had to turn it off. But it's a big star on goal. He really would have to do everything that he did. So it's 2 goals for Ben Restad and Dubois with the assist. Here's McMichael. McMichael, right to the wall. And that one swings and misses for Trevor Van Restad. Bennett, and there will be a penalty going on to the Washington Capitals. He will stop and play. Van Restad in the penalty box.
Penalty on Washington. 2 minutes for slashing.
Looks like you're not going to make that one successful. His easy range happens for Ben Restad. He really had messed it up. Not entirely, but one had made that one incredibly get bumped out. Not a start when you do it for Ben Restad. As they're ready to get things on right now for another power play effort for Washington, they're 1 for 1. They're looking for 2 for 2 in the power play. Power play is getting a lot of great encasements for
Penalty on the Capitals, number 57. 2 minutes for slashing on Trevor Van Restad. Time penalty in the first period, 3:23. That's penalty on Trevor Van Restad, number 57 for Capitals. Time penalty, 3:23 remaining in the first period for 2 minutes slashing.
They're trying to keep it in. They give it go to Lundell. Lundell passes over to Rodriguez. Rodriguez shoots. This is wide. It's rebounded by Lundell. Lundell has it out back to Schmidt. And here's Cal. Cal lost that one. Rebounded by Rodriguez. And he'll send the pass to Ryan. He gives to Schmidt, and he has the pass to Kachuk. Kachuk spins a move. Fires a close save by Thompson. He'll give a big look here with only 2:35 remaining in the first period of the game. After a Panther down, it is now a 2-1 lead, Washington.
Capitals goal!
We'll send it over to pass to Aaron Black.
Score by number 57, Trevor Van Restad.
Roll it out of the way.
Assisted by number 8, Dubois. Time to goal for the Capitals. 16:27 remaining in the first period. Trevor Van Restad, his first goal of the game, second goal of the playoffs. Assisted by Pierre-Luc Dubois in the first period for the Capitals at 16:27 in the playoffs.
The cross-checking is on.
Penalty on Washington, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Tom Wilson is really disappointed. He really has made it smack, and he just tried to wait going down, but he was no easy. Not a clean defense. That's a bad weakness on his strengths. And this was unacceptable behavior for the Capitals. They really are trying to smack that down, but this is not a great choice to have it in. So the 5-on-3 advantage will be Florida Panthers. They're going 2:12 remaining in the first period. Don't think about this one afterward. If you're doing it for real, don't make that uncomplicated. Over to Sam Bennett, and a shot backhander. Look saved by Thompson. 2:01 remaining in the first period. They'll get ready for another puck drop. A lot of the line here in the range. 2-1 score. Looking for a tie game in the first period. Now Lundell wins the faceoff. He finds
43, 2 minutes for cross-checking on Tom Wilson. Time penalty in the first period, 2:27 remaining. That's a penalty for the Washington Capitals on 43, Tom Wilson. Time and penalty in the first period, 2:27 remaining for your 2-minute cross-checking.
And a win for McMichael. You'll have it cleared out, and a rebound by the Florida Panthers. Florida's back in zone, now playing to Luce Raymond. That passes over. Can't get the puck in great range. Has it to Schmidt. Schmidt fires it. Saved by Bennett. Trying to get a rebound in. Bennett with the stud. Trying to roll it in outside. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt goes in the reflect direction. And Thompson stops that puck. He is really giving up and gaining. No perfect percentage would ever do with that one in his goal's life. Now the win for the Capitals. 5-on-3 advantage is almost up. Rodriguez with the puck as the power play will continue with only 1:06 remaining for the Florida power play. He's Bennett as this one keeps the play going as one man is out. They really had nowhere to be choosing in there, not even anybody. But he really had to be like keeping it in. The range is better. No simple cakes, but they really have to keep things out of the way. There's no
Just
change
1
up
minute
that you
remaining
have
in
to
the first
do, but you need to keep playing it for the right amount of time. This is a squeeze in for population, never is going to change in. Here's Matthew Kachuk, he finds that play. And here's Ryan Marchand, wired and way down in here. This is big save by Logan Thompson. I never seen how this one is going to change off, but that was a big and wildest smack on the shot range. Here's the set. Ryan Marchand, miss wide. Rebound by Aaron Eckblad. Backhander, save made. Trying to pull it back in, but it's stopped by Thompson. 15 seconds remaining in the Florida Panthers power play. Another 30 seconds remaining in the first period. A lot of the time up in the period range, Florida Panthers trying to keep us from scoring. Barkov wins the face-off. That's into Aaron Eckblad. And roll that one out. 10 to shoot. Here's down. Right to the ring. That one slipped it out. And it's back to that. Now the power play is over. You have some time to score before the first period comes to an end. Big save by Sergei Bobrovsky. 5 to shoot. Good shot. Rolls to Barkov. Barkov. Try to roll it in. For the first hitter, and that one saves it up. That ends the first period.
And that's
as the
the end of
Capitals
the
lead by
period. Your
1.
score,
2-1
Washington Capitals
score.
2,
So that
and
is
Florida
1
Panthers
for 3 for
1.
the Florida Panthers power play and a biggest third smackdown for Washington on a penalty kill. We'll get ready for the second period when we come back after the break. 2-1.
Hello everybody, welcome to the first intermission of the Stanley Cup Eastern Conference Finals as we're ready to see how this one plays in. After playing for the first period, here's how the score went. It went from this to that. It's a 2-1 lead, 2-1 lead for Washington Capitals. They started off doing really hard working on a strong effort as they had their no power play goals and they definitely did so well on the defending offense. The Florida Panthers had made with 38 shots on goal with the biggest bunch of hits. Only 1 power play goal with 332, and it was others that turned to be was a 5-on-3 and no power play goal to even that one up. Now the big range is the big question. The only one game that happens to be with the tying range was E2 Listerinen, and then the other one was Alex Ovechkin, and then the other side was Trevor Van Riestad. Let's have your thoughts here and see what's going on with those two. Tested, what do you have for to say about Washington Capitals? Well, they've been doing so hard. They're working on the energetic that's been starting to pull right over from the hard line, and most likely they just keep on from playing from afterwards. They don't seem to care for after anything with some big power on the motion. The Capitals been doing so well on the easy range. There's nothing to be between to get right into work, but they've been really been like putting all the top of the angle to keep that one out of here. They sure do got a good start out right in the game, but we'll see how well they can do with some other big hits, and especially time and attack with some power play goals. We gotta find a way to get through it. And now for you, like both for Florida Panthers. First of all, I love their intentional. This enthusiastic is just putting a nice range in. You know, I've been really seeing things going on before, so it seems like it's gonna be like a next take in. So the Florida Panthers might have some time game in the opportunity. I think we might be able to see that one coming back in. I'm pretty not sure how that's going to happen, but hey, let's say this. If you play for one of the team, you might have a better range on that. So hopefully there's a good chance in that could keep on from flying down. And what's the percentage here? Who do you think will lead it off in the second period before the second intermission? I'm going to say the Florida Panthers. My take is going to be really that hard, and I'm going to say Florida. If they tie this even, I'm not going to judge on that. Because it might be just a tying range. Close range, it's not easy. Everyone's been doing this for the hard time on their own range. So they might do it. I don't know how that one's going to happen. Alright guys, thank you so much. And now let's get back on center ice to Roy Cruz along with the crew outside and inside the arena. We'll see you all later, everybody, for our second intermission after this. Now let's get back to the action.
Welcome back, fellas, as we're ready to get started for the second period at Capital One Arena. And here we are back on ice, ready to set for the second period at Capital One Arena for Washington, D.C. Alright, fellas, I know what you're saying, but let's have your thoughts about how they did in the first period. Well, they've been playing so hard afterward. They really have to try to get it out to stop it. They just don't have anybody else to get out in an open look. The changes is not that simple when you're doing this for. Long range is putting it in here today, Roy, and I've got a big feeling that they really have to keep it back out. Nobody had done it better. Yeah, I've got some strange feelings afterwards from the Washington Capitals. They've been keeping it out for the puck afterward. They really have no idea how that's going to change, and with that, they just need to keep on moving the puck around the boards, around the net. They just need to keep on moving it afterward. They're going to need to reset that one up very quickly, because when the defender gets on it, you want to make sure that you have it in the right range. Don't take anything out of it if possible against them. Gives it over out to Forsley, knocked him down, and Kulikov will have it. Here's a set over the pass, it's broken up. Rebound by Stroh. Knocks him over right to the back in the zone. He will carry it offside for the Florida Panthers. Oh, he almost would have had that one. Just right in timing, and I thought that one was going to change it in. A lot of time up in the period. Washington Capitals and the Florida Panthers are the big rivals to take in the Eastern Conference Finals. So if they lose tonight, they will have to just rematch again. And this could be the rivals between the East and the Shore. That could be right from the top from the Atlantic Division and the Metropolitan Division as well. Can be a little challenging, right? Yeah, indeed. So I really have to say now that this is really the challenging way everybody's been facing. A lot of struggle in the range. I mean, it's not really anybody else is taking over the range, and you don't have anybody to choose for. You just need to get that one in the right chain to get it right after it. After a rejection shot, Jake Warren will have it back. Knocked him over. Now it's back over again to Dubois. A side over shot. Glove save by Bobrovsky. Mikolas sucks it over. Now finding the end of Rodriguez. White way down in a shovel. That one kicked out by Matthew Tkachuk. And it's back to McMichael. Can't get it over this time to Cruz. And a shot. Self-save by Bobrovsky. Sends it over to Matthew Tkachuk. And you'll have it now to Dmitry Kulikov. Kulikov fires around. Now playing to Matthew Tkachuk. Tkachuk looking over. The pass that playing to Bolinskis. Bolinskis looks it over. Now playing to Kulikov. The give over to Matthew Tkachuk. We got stick lifted. Double man on a cross-checking guard. No battle for the loose puck. Lundell's got it behind the back. And a set of it out of Bolinskis. Now it's back on ice. It's Bobas. Bobas looks over to Bolinskis. Trying to get back to Bobas. And back over to Schmidt. Schmidt carries over to Listerine. He'll have it over. Now finding Lundell. Lundell shoots. Walker save made by Logan Thompson. He has it to Listerine. Watch out for Schmidt. This one's redirected. Back to Taylor Radius. The other way again to Sandy. Sandy looks over to McMichael. McMichael looking over right to her in the middle. Zone slot. Knocks him out. Bolinski sticks him back down to Schmidt. And Schmidt will send it over to Listerine. Oh, he made a rumble hit. That one is going to have to pay it off out of the way. He didn't really think that was going to be him. All with that, it's bit monstrous afterward. Yikes. Now it's back to Bolinski's again to Bobas. Bobas looks back over to Listerine. Here's another one for two glove sacks by Thompson. Great save made by the Capitals. Bobby Logan Thompson with the biggest, thunderous save of the night. 7-11 over 112 time at attack for the Florida Panthers. Nosek will set the face-off puck drop. And then Strome wins the face-off as Van Riestad is right there to the other way to Ovechkin. Ovechkin gets right near the boards, and he's rebounded by Ekblad, and now has it to Gagovich. Gagovich gets it over to Forsley, and he sets it over to A.J. Greer. Here's Greer, kind of hooking in, but it's fouled. What a rebound in it! That one's stopped again by Thompson. He'll cover that one up with only 16-11 remaining in the second period of the game. He didn't think that was going to be enough timing, does it? No, not really at always. I mean, I didn't think that was going to be it, but hey, not really what anybody can try to do for. This is really what they just don't care for at anything. Wilson shots, fires, by the diving play for Bobrovsky. Unbelievable! This moment is going to keep that one going on. I don't think that wasn't going to be it. And I thought that Bobrovsky would dive that play instantly. He really would have to change it all. What he did. Here's Chikwa. Chikwa shoots. Fires that one. Save and play made by Bobrovsky. AJ Greer sending it over now to Kakovic. Kakovic finds it to Noza. Noza goes out. Rebound by Carlson. And now finds it over to Strom. Here's Chikwa. Chikwa. Good feed on the slip. That one pushed out of the way right to the net. And Bobrovsky will cover it up with only 15:37 remaining. Now as they're ready to kick off for another puck drop, it is a close game. 2-1 score. Got a win for Strom. Watches out and a shot. He's tripped up. There's going to be a first penalty on Florida Panthers. That's Carter Verhage in the penalty box.
Penalty on Florida. 2 minutes for tripping.
Always want to see about Verhage. He made a little mess here, and he just felt like, well, that's too close. He got sticked and caught up in his leg. He's going to have
And the Cowboys are on
Florida Panthers on the first penalty kill, and the first power play starts on for the Capitals. Capitals really have to see what they can do for the power play advantage.
Penalty on the Florida Panthers, number 23, 2 minutes for tripping on Carter Verhage. Time and penalty in the second period, 15:34. That's penalty for the Florida Panthers, number 23, Carter Verhage. Time and penalty in the second period, 15:34 for a 2-minute tripping.
Tipped it over. Mangiapane in trouble. Save made by Bobrovsky. Comes it out of the zone as Alex Ovechkin will give it over. The pass over to Taylor Radius. Radius right to the wing. Knocked him out. Rebound by Taylor Radius. The set from outside. Blocked by Barkov. And this one rolls it in for the shot. Oh, wonderful save made by Bobrovsky. He didn't think that was going to be enough time. Here comes Barkov. Toward the wing. 2-1. That blast is broken up by, and he couldn't get that one stroke in a goal. Now it's back to Taylor Radius. Breaks up the play, now finds it over to Sam Reinhart. And he has it to Nozak. Nozak fights all the in. And that one is saved up by Thompson. On his move, now back over again to Mike Michael. To Shaw. Shaw. Chance for a tag. That one is broken up. Rebound by McMichael. McMichael going in. Save made by Bobrovsky. Full pressure coming on. Ovechkin shot. Redirects it off the traffic and rebounded by Forsling. Trying to keep it out of the zone, now find a Wilson. Here's Chikron, forcing right over to the wing, and he'll have it out. He didn't think that was going to be easy. Logan Thompson was really like, hey, trying to get over with the pass. Get that one in a close motion afterward. His head coach is trying to get in an extreme direction. He has to get that one up and better use the target. Forsling passes over the left flag. And over to Lucian, you'll have to carry that one out. Brady's time, so it's about to be expired. And that one is stopped, and that one carries it out of his zone, and that one will stop in boundary, and there will be no power play goals. And we do have a delay penalty. It's going to be on the Washington Capitals back the other way. After Carter Verhage, he's out of the box. Looks like he was watching on this, and he didn't like it at all. That cross-checking is going to be on the back.
Penalty on Washington, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Start seemingly, and this wasn't very good at all. That is going to be another penalty to get out of the way.
Capitals are in. Penalty kill.
Number penalty kill, that's going to be on Capitals. It's not a power play, starts on for Panthers. Panthers really got to go with this one. They got to tie this up immediately.
Penalty on Washington Capitals, number 17. 2 minutes for cross-checking on Dylan Stone. Time and penalty in the second period, 13:31. That's penalty for the Washington Capitals on number 17, Dylan Stone. Time and penalty in the second period, 13:31 remaining for the 2-minute cross-checking.
Still a lot of time left in the period. Alexander Barkov's trying to set up another face-off win. And Dowd wins the face-off. Carlson sits over to Duhamel. Trying to pump it out as the puck sails out in the empty net zone. And now as the Verhage, you'll find another again a Kachuk. Kachuk pass that finds to Reinhart. Reinhart outside, Verhage get a Barkov. One time here, net clutch shot. Big save by Logan Thompson. Forever, it's right over now to Carlson. He'll make the next move in. This one goes rumble out to Reinhart. I really didn't think there wasn't any penalty on the Florida Panthers. You know, the referees were not like that. I mean, they would just have to say the head coach has really been giving up. Everybody just really had to stand clear. Nobody wants to give up and out of the range. The Panthers are back in the offensive territory. He'll swing it over to Sam Bennett. Sam Bennett. Give it over to Lundell. Shot saved by Thompson. Right under about 1 minute remaining in the Florida Panthers power play. And only 12:14 remaining in the second period. 22/17 face-off wins for the Washington Capitals. They need to get that one capitalizing in to get another face-off win. Lundell wins the face-off. Here's Schmidt. Fires. Blocked the shot by Wilson. Now Wilson will have their own chance. Clear that zone out. Down to 12 minutes remaining in the second period. You'll have it again to Lundell. Lundell. Pass over to Lushkarainen. Lushkarainen has it over now playing to Lundell. Lundell passes over. Rodriguez right over again to Schmidt. Schmidt looks at Rodriguez, trying to get to Lundell. Schmidt shoots, trying to get a deflection. Lushkarainen trying to go for the opposite side. Watching the timing go down. In for corner Bennett. Rolls to Rodriguez. Backhander, pad save. This one kicked it out by Logan Thompson. What a great save by the Capitals. That's a great monstrous feeling. Oh, that big drive almost would have had that one with the range in. This one really stayed out. That the defender was right in traffic. Great playing position. This is not how they really do for, and they have it. He scores! Sam Reinhart, his first goal of the game. Now he earns his next goal. This time for Reinhart, he has 7.
After the power play end, this is what happened. This puck was racing and he escapes it. And he just couldn't save it. And he just went right on the glove. He messed that one up. He didn't think that was right near it. But this closing corner range has to be Sam Reinhart. He made this one a good look. And then the puck was dazzled in. Right toward the net. He didn't see where it was going to go in.
Now it's this time a tie game with a 2-2. Florida Panthers trying to knock out the Capitals for the number 1 seeded team, and they really wanted to leave it alone afterward.
I believe so. I do think that was going to be in there for some quite amount of time. But the favorite is Polakov and the teammates have been really off to a hard. They never made it to the finals by the first season. They only made it to the conference finals by the last 2 seasons, as they were really kept it in. From Dagger in this point range, he didn't think that was
first
going
goal
to be
in the
enough.
game,
He
7th
really
goal
had
in the
shot it
playoffs,
up.
scored by number
Everything.
13,
No
Sam Reinhart.
Pill-off
Well, this is by
play.
number
You would've just
17,
changed
Evan
it.
Rodriguez.
Yes, you would do for a
Time and a goal for the Florida
next
Panthers, 8:45 in the second
The
period.
pass to Mikul.
But Sam Reinhart, his 7th goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game in the conference finals, assisted by Evan Rodriguez. In the second period, 8:45 in the
Tomas
playoffs.
Lozak at class. Wilson shoots it right into the net zone. Right number 7 by Logan Thompson. Tries to get the Ekblad. Gakovic right to the middle. Shots blocked. Rebounded by Gakovic. Gakovic right over it again to Forsling. Knocked him down. Ellis takes it over. The Capitals will have their own advantage. Stuffs it with the pack. Right to the middle. He will have that one out. Good pick. Stick lift by Aaron Ekblad as he gives it over to Reinhart. Reinhart. Pass over to Tommy Nosek. Nosek shot. Glove save by Thomas Thompson. Now in pass to Midway, in the second period. He has it for Emery, and now finds it McMichael. McMichael has that one off and given away by Gustav Forsling, and he'll have it to Aaron Ekblad. Trying to watch that one out right to her in his own. Big pass up to McMichael. What a save by Bobrovsky. That puck goes up and netting out of play. A lot of time left in the period, still with a 2-2 game. In the second period, trying to keep on with a better look. And with another win, Molinski finds it over to Schmidt. Schmidt puts over to Reinhart. Reinhart passes it over to Hagee. Brady tries to watch it out. He didn't think he was going to make it there, and he glove saved by Thompson. Stopped that one in cover with only 9:19 remaining in the second period. With some upcoming games here, we will have our next take in, as we'll have a different look
As for our next game, we've got the Oilers versus the Stars. That will be the next day. That will be happening here by tomorrow at 8 p.m. That puck coverage report of the next game will be on its way to start the first game in Dallas. That'll be it for the Western Conference Finals for the first game, as you'll be able to see things right from the other side of it. You may never know when it's going to change, but this might be only one take to the other. And as you may have always been saying this before, there's one thing about happening for last season, postseason, they couldn't be against the Vancouver Canucks. That's what happens with the Dallas Stars. They just didn't think there was going to be enough clear to give that one a good rating. They need to do something a little bit quicker to get that right target in. Nobody has a better spirit. Spirit is the lack of the energy they have to go for. So don't miss out with the next score of the game as the Dallas Stars take on the Edmonton Oilers with our fifth and first game of the night of the Western Conference Finals. That'll be happening here at 8 p.m. tomorrow, only on Southern Beats. And with our new channel, we'll have the SOB scanning for you with our new future moments and with our less video population to give that one full opportunity to have viewers with the research. As for the continuing season of season number 5, it'll be all for anything, and we'll change it up to a great look on a chain. You won't want to miss this one out with the SOB Gaming beginning on August 26th of 2025. That'll be all to do here for SOB Gaming on a secondary channel. Forsling has it again to Kulikov. Kulikov passed off by Forsling. Forsling to Kulikov. That puck escapes out of the zone, and he'll have to reset the Forsling. There's a lot of bad miscommunication afterwards. They're not really seeming like there was going to be a North chain. And because you know how sad it gets, it won't be happening. Barkov now finds the game of Forsling. Forsling shot for the lead. It's been blocked off and rebounded by Tom Wilson. Alex Ovechkin poked it in. Trying to run for the slap shot. What a save by Bobrovsky. Rolling out of the zone. Here comes Verhege. Right around the zone. Poked away. Trying to pull it back from the net. Ryan goes sent back. With a 2 save by Thompson. Easy save does so for Logan Thompson with only 7:04 remaining. This is really what they couldn't get this one right to the straightaway. And Slapshot would say, no, not really at all. I wouldn't just believe on the Florida Panthers like that. Not my team. Aaron Ekblad finds it over to Weingart as he gives it Ekblad. Ekblad passes up, finds the Forsling. Forsling shoots a blocker save made by Logan Thompson. Durandi goes down. Number good for Florida Panthers. Trying to pull the poke check, and a shot saved made by Bobrovsky. Nate Smith, no charging here this time for the Washington Capitals as Nick Dowd will have it back. Watching from zone, that one poked it out of the way, double man traffic, and that one blocked up by Schmidt. Gakovic goes down, rebounded by AJ Greer. AJ Greer knocked him right toward the way. Another hit for the Capitals. Another one goes down. And Japani right to the wing. Finds Taylor Elliott. Kick over. Glove stops by Bobrovsky. Unbelievable. Makes a dial in with a great brushing save. That one was unbelievable. Man, my goodness. I wasn't seeing how that Bobrovsky would have made that glove snap. He just got it back in time. Wow. What a save. Another win for the Dowd, and reset as it begins to Verona. Verona shoots, saved by Bobrovsky, rebound by Malinskis. He'll kick the puck over, now finds the Bennett, and he now has it over to Kachuk. Back to Kachuk, slows down, high ground shot, saved by Thompson. 5:51 remaining in the second period as they're ready to kick off for another puck drop. Lot of a line left in the period, 93 over 85. That's a decent passing effort this, for the passing percentage. And now from Schmidt, he'll have it again, a good shot. Gets it back, Schmidt, goes to Bolinski's, has it down to Bennett. Bennett passes Schmidt. Schmidt puts over to Bolinski's. Needs to regroup here as he'll have it again to Schmidt. Schmidt need to look for some finding teammates in an open look. Bolinski's tries to give over, pass to Groundbreakers. One time Schmidt and a shot, blocked the shot, rebound by Kachuk. And now has it to Bolinski's. Bolinski passes, broken up. Verona gets it back. Back the other way. This will dump out. Schmidt will have the release. Now here's Polinski's. The pass down to Sam Bennett. Bennett on his way down, back to the Capitals territory. He'll have it to Lustarini. Backhander, part of the play in. Great save by Thompson. They're in a 5-minute mark in the second period. It is a tie game, 2-2 for both teams. A lot of the line here in the Capitals territory. It's been a tight one here, trying to look for a leadoff and an energy crowd in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Sandy pass Ovechkin. Here's Strome. Strome lost that one. Rebounded up by Lundell, and Polakov gets it over to Mikula. He's over to Lushkorina. Trying to watch it in. He went knocked down. That one is a big stop down by Van Riestad. Oh, wow. Big smacking. That's 70 on his whole hits. So, Ovechkin shots blocked. It's now back to Bovis. Here comes Barkov. Front to the middle, he scores! What a great tip over! Bumps him in front to pass over the goaltender. It's Alexander Barkov with 7 goals in the playoffs. That is where you want it to go. That one is right toward the zone, and that one is a big pass over to Alexander Barkov. When you get to Lushtarinen, there. That's what happened to Alexander Barkov. He's really like giving it up another goal. That'll be his first in the playoffs of the Eastern Conference. So this time, it is the Florida Panthers, a 3-2 lead, nearing the end of the second period with under 5 minutes remaining in the period. This likewise was not really what they all really changed for. All I notice now is that Alexander Barkov, he's really trying to like watch it deep closely. Here's another chance to Alexander Barkov. Barkov, over on the backer. Stopped by Thompson with only 4 or 5 remaining in the second period. This is really like how Logan Thompson was able to try to save his hawk. Most likely, the Ontario Hockey League and sometimes the AA section can be a little challenging to give it to Alberta a better moment. No range was in the section, I know now. But set the force lane, finds AJ Greer. He looks at Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad passes off, runs it over to Gakovic. Here's force lane, swings and misses off the face mask and rebounded by the Capitals. Back behind the net is Greer. In the middle of the shoot, save by Thompson. 3:43 remaining in the second period, and as they're now ready to kick on their next puck drop in the Capitals territory. 34 for the Capitals and 60 shots on goal for the Florida Panthers. Now the win for Gakovic. Zayek right out of the force lane. Give to Gakovic. Gakovic trying to give over to Aaron Ekblad. He looks to Greer. No slashing.
Florida goal, his first goal in the game, 7th goal in the playoffs. Scored by number 16, Alexander Barkov. Assisted by number 23, Carter Verhaeghe. And by number 70, Jesper Bovis. Dominant goal for the Florida Panthers, 15-45 in the second period. That's Alexander Barkov, his first goal in the conference final, 7th goal in the playoffs, assisted by Carter Verhaeghe and Jesper Bovis in the second period at 15-35 in the playoffs.
He's on a rushing bounding. Shot fire save by Sergei Bobrovsky. He's over to Tommy Nosek. Tomas Nosek has it down to force lane. And he has to pass to AJ Greer. Changing the lines in the motion. AJ Greer watching in for the bumble hit. Polinski's has it down to Gakovic. Gakovic, Schmidt looks over, tries to get back to Schmidt. There's a shot for Gakovic, misses wide. Off the glass and rebounded by the Capitals. Now Ferrari will take it over, now playing to get a products. The pass back to McMichael. McMichael has it over to Dubois. Dubois shot saved by Bobrovsky. Back over to McMichael. That one is right behind the net. And it is Sam Bennett right the other way, and he'll give it to Tkachuk. Matthew Tkachuk looking his 12th goal in the playoffs. Looks to Polinski's. Polinski's finding barbecues. Schmidt shoots. Glove save by Thompson. Nearing the 2-minute mark in the second period. They're all settled in. Ready for another puck drop. You can feel a lot of energy in this crowd. They want to tie this game up. It's a 3-2 score, Florida. And now the win for Sam Bennett as he gets the Bolinskis. Bolinski passes Smith. Smith shoots, blocked it off. Rebound by the Florida Panthers. Bolinski goes offside with under 2 minutes. And now they're ready to take things on. 4 more face-offs was redeemed, and now 3 more face-offs. Barkov looking for another win. And he will have one here as this one's rebounded back to Bolinski's. That one is off the zone, and he will not get it in there in time. You'll have it to Verona again to Radius. Panthers are back on defense. Capitals are on offense attacking zone shot. Oh, what a save by Bobrovsky. Keep it out of his own line. Trying to get it up and to get a piece of it. Radius shot has been restab. Pucker saved by Bobrovsky. Rebound by Verhage. Alexander Barkov on the race down the other way. He'll send it over to the right shot. Glove save by Thompson. Sam D rolls it over to Eller. And now they're racing down right back into Florida territory. You can see it now that there's a lot of attacking range and there's some battling going in. Dagger is not really like lanced out. Forward is simple. Didn't really think that was going to be enough for Florida to get another goal for Barkov, but he's sure he definitely didn't
Just
have a lot
1 minute
of time
remaining in the second period
to get a good look. Here's Barkov now sending it over again to Nicola. Under final minute remaining in the second period, he'll have it over to Verhage. Verhage pass. Kulikov shot. Off again. Weigel with the rebound. Pass to Nicola. Nicola. Rolling right over again. Kulikov. The pass over to Lindell. Changing the line group will be the Florida Panthers. Back on ice is Forsling. Forsling sits to Aaron Ekblad. Lindell. Trying to watch it in. Trying to get into Aaron Ekblad. Trying to get the Forsling now finding the Weingart. Keep the dagger moving for the Florida Panthers in. Into the Weingart shot. Anybody scores! Oh, what a tic-tac break! And it's Sam Weingart with 2 goals in the playoffs. He now has earned himself with his 8th in the playoffs. There was no ticking time waste. Just only 20 seconds before the end of the second period, just like this. And now this is the big blanking range. You have that right over by Logan Thompson. That's a crazy move you see from Sam Weingart. This backhander shot was really up a notch. No such a hurry that this one is right into the net. And he really had that one dugging out the whole time. Not really for what they mentioned, Florida got it all. So it's now a 4-2 game and 20 seconds remaining in the second period. Weiner's got 2 goals and 8 in the playoffs. If he gets 1 more, he'll get a hat trick. He might have to do for all. I mean, anything for a living. It has to be for like one thing for another. And so Reinhardt, he'll have to give that one last goal in. Ekblad. Wasting about and trying to pull the speed inside. Save by Thompson. Just the time went out. And that'll end the second period.
And that will end the second period. Your score, Washington Capitals 2 and the Florida Panthers
3 goals in the range. Panthers are up by 2, 4-2. We'll be back with the third period right after this.
Hey everybody, welcome to the second intermission as we are ready to kick things on here to show what's going in for the Eastern Conference and the standings for the first game as the matchup continues. Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals here at the District of Columbia at the Capital One Arena. We see so many goals in as we have some great out of the athletes. As they have been pulling in with a 3-goal lead for the Florida Panthers, they're up by 2, 4-2. Here are the updates here. 65 over 40 for the total shots on goal. 78 over 60 hits for Washington Capitals. That one was a lot. 11-14 over 220. A lot of out of energy stamina, but they couldn't get this one range in there. 94 over 85 for Washington Capitals. And it was 27 over 26 face-off wins for Washington Capitals. 8-minute penalty kill, and only 1 power play goal were made for Florida with 5:32. And no power play is made for Washington Capitals. And now we'll send it over to you guys of how they did in the second period. Starting with you, test tube, for the Washington Capitals. They just didn't think they were going to start that one oftenly, and I felt like this is the biggest hit. They tried everything. I mean, no joke. I mean, there's no joke they made that one in there. But all they did was, they just have to keep on playing afterward. Sometimes you don't make a win afterward, and you just need to get this one and never try to have that one fling it in. This is really like the biggest attack range, and they couldn't get that one done right afterwards. And now how about you, for the light bulb, for the Florida Panthers? They were sure that they were attacking like this. On this range, they just couldn't be playing afterward. And they really been like knocked out for some reasons. Well, I guess there could be like a big finish off of this one for Florida. So I think the first game could be theirs. What do you think about this one, Test Team? Do you think that Florida will win? For my obvious reasons, I'm going to go with Florida Panthers to win this one for the first game. Because this may be their early start for the road trip. You may never know what's going to change in. Okay, thank you guys very much. Time to get back into Capital One Arena to finish the third period of the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Back to you, Roy.
We are back, ready for the third period in Washington, D.C. Pieces hit. Final period in the first game of the West Eastern Conference Finals. And these are the only two matchups. Let's see what they have. Alright guys, it's all for you. Let's see what your take is for the second period. Well, this is why I've been really seeing things. And there is more likely to be a prohibit to give everything with a look. Now they were just going to be a great chance here. I love seeing how their energy has been blacked out. Because at mid-range, I would be able to see what they could do. What a goal! Aaron Ekblad! He really raced it up with a dagger and right for a seeing eye vision during the 30 seconds to start in the third period. Well, he wasn't really sure he was going to make that one with a good goal. That range up was just a little knockoff, and he really did. Yep, you see how that happened? That one was really quick. You see this blank range, you got that C9 traffic percentage afterward, and they were definitely not noticing how that one was keeping in play. This after line was going to get Florida Panthers with their range shot on kills. That one was a big start-off that they've really been doing for. So with Aaron Ekblad, he now has basically received his fourth goal in the playoffs. He's trying to get a next goal in to go for 5. He really
Florida goal, his second goal in the game. 8th goal in the playoffs, scored by number 13, Sam Reinhart. Also assisted by number 42, Gustav Forsling. And by number 5, Aaron Ekblad. Time to goal for the Florida Panthers, 1940 in the second period. Sam Reinhart, his 8th goal in the playoffs, his second goal in a game of the conference finals, assisted by Gustav Forsling and Aaron Ekblad in that second period at 19:40 in the playoffs.
He'll stop that and play with point 18:55 remaining in the third period. Now, most of you fans are acting like this, and most of you are saying, is Alexander Barkov a legendary player? I don't think so. He's not a legendary player as he is, but he's only the X factor. He makes that one, and he's an overrated player. Does anybody get that? Well, I've never seen anything like Alexander Barkov, like an overrated player from the Florida Panthers. Hey, listen, Florida fans, cats, do you really believe that Alexander Barkov could be the next star of this game? To have that one winning it off? He maybe is for his MVP thing. That might have been for his finals, but most likely, anything for an honor for his own trophy on this one. I mean, I was never seen if Alexander Barkov would be able to be happy enough to take over anything. You know, I was never seeing how that Florida can definitely do. They just really kept them from playing backward again, and without anybody, they really have to see what they could do to keep that one coming in. It can be a little hard, but hey, I'm not letting this deal go to a crazy start, so they just need to make a finish afterward to give that one a good look.
Florida goal, his 4th goal in the playoffs, 1st goal of the game, scored by number 5, Aaron Ekblad. Also assisted by number 42, Gustav Forsling, and number 16, Alexander Barkov. Time of the goal for the Florida Panthers, 29 seconds in the third period. It's Aaron Ekblad, his 4th goal in the playoffs, 1st goal of the game in the conference finals. Also assisted by Gustav Forsling and Alexander Barkov in the third period at 29 seconds in the playoffs.
Florida Panthers with only 17:43 remaining in the third period in the first game. Now the wing for the Capitals, that's Van Riestad right toward the wing. Charlie going in the middle, and this one's going back to Gagovich. And Belinsky back to Gagovich. Finding Belinsky is the other way, and he'll have the pass over now. Deep to center Greer is out of the reach and rebounded up by Noza. No icing on Florida as this will get back the other way. Pass over to Rad Belinsky's. Belinsky passes off by AJ Greer. AJ Greer has it again to Belinsky's. Belinsky spins around, now has it again to Schmidt. Schmidt can get over it, and it's now back to Rodius. Rodius. Oh, he went right to the wall. That one is right and ripped out. This one goes back to Reingard the other way. And Reingard didn't get over it. Rodius trying to get back over to Rana. Rodius lost that one, trying to get over it. And a big save on Borowski. Yeah, he didn't get enough use of this that time. Belinsky has to get Reingard. Reingard gets bumped out. Here's Smith, shoots, block a shot. Over and out find again is for Emery, and he has it over to Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson looks his way into Rodius. Rodius shoots, save on Borowski. He messed that one up. Trying to roll into the middle, save on Borowski. And it's Rodius. So these shots blocked by Barkov. The Florida Panthers gain good control back to Reingard. And he will have to try to regroup here and get to Robert Hughes back on ice. Sam Bennett rolls his way down, trying to get over to Ekblad. Ekblad for two, saved by Thompson. He'll stop that emotion with only 16:03 remaining in the third. There was no timing, not the perfect vision. He's really kept on for coming back afterwards. And that big hit was big and real. They were sure that one was going to hurt right toward the center ice. Well, it's really going to make it someone after last ever motion come to a hurtness. The win for Sam Bennett. He finds Kulikov. Kulikov in the middle. That one kicked it out. A Chuck trying to roll in with a slap shopper. And that one is rolled out. For Emery again to Roy. Roy finding Wilson. On his range attack. Over toward the middle. Glove save on Borowski. Knocked him down by the grade 8. Robbie Goose right over toward the wing. Mashed it up. Now find Roy. Roy find Wilson. Wilson trying to walk his way in with a shot. Over toward the middle. Pad save on Borowski. It's rolled to Strode. Strode rolls it into his own. Bring the goalpost. That stays out of his own. Wow. Unbelievable. They couldn't get this one played back in no time. Oh, Sam Bennett. He knocked his puck in. The one of the defenders has caught it up, and he did not see it inside. Oh, and that was a mistake that this happened. Sam Bennett, he really had ended it with his fifth to his sixth goal in the playoffs. I was never seeing how that one was going to change. That really must have been stuck out as a surprise, and I don't know what's going on. You really have to keep that one out of here for some reasons. You don't seem to come, you don't seem to carry. I don't know what's going to happen.
Florida goal, his sixth goal from the playoffs, first goal of the game, scored by number 9, unassisted, Sam Bennett. Seventh goal for the Florida Panthers, 5:45 in the third period. That's Sam Bennett, his sixth goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game for the conference finals, unassisted by the team. In the third period at 5:45 in the playoffs.
To one down again to Porcelain. Goes to Porcelain, pass over now, finds again to Bulbeck. Fires up and around it again to Porcelain. Porcelain. The set pass to Ekblad. Ekblad swings and misses. Nosek takes it over. The pass now from Porcelain. Porcelain goes down. Back to Aaron Ekblad. And he went down right toward the wall. Here comes Alexei Brudas the other way. McMichael. Roll around and stop by Sergei Bobrovsky. He'll give it again to Dubois. And it's back to Aaron Ekblad again to Porcelain. This is craziest. Always that simple when this one is showing and no bind. That's Sergei Bobrovsky is really aiming for a hustle. Aaron Ekblad trying to watch around. He went wiped down. Bumps it right to the wall. That's going to be a boarding on Dosa. He's not happy
Penalty
at
on
all.
Florida.
He's
2 minutes for boarding.
This was never happened like this. He's rushing right toward it, and boom! That is right on the glass to Red Reestad. He does not like the boarding. He gets right for his face pretty badly. And if somebody could be bleeding, they have to be sent off the ice and then try to get some repairments. Power play play is set to begin for the Washington Capitals. Remember, they're already down by 4, so they got to find a power play goal to get in there.
Penalty on the Florida Panthers, number 92. 2 minutes for boarding on Thomas Nose. Time of penalty in the third period, 13:42. That's penalty on the Florida Panthers, number 92. Thomas Nose. Time and penalty in the third period, 13 minutes, 42 seconds for a 2-minute boarding.
You'll stop in motion with only 13:25 remaining in the third.
There won't be anything like that. And for sometimes they need to do is the Florida Panthers, they got to keep in control right away. Otherwise, they're going to get locked out with nowhere to be behind. They just need to make sure they have that one covering in as fast as possible.
Here's Stanley the other way as the pass over to Kachuk. Kachuk knocks down, rebounded by Carlson. And good wow, right through it away. Rolls that one up, trying to go back to Matthew Kachuk. Matthew Kachuk, 5-7 around net to Bigelow. Bigelow. Toward it down to Gakovic. But the shot for short of the goal, stopped by Thompson. And everybody goes back into their offense zone to defense zone. 1:08 remaining for the Caps power play. 12:45 remaining in the third. Big save by Bobrovsky. He'll send it over to Golikov, and he'll give it again to Gakovic. Gakovic looks over to Kachuk. He didn't get there in time, as Bigelow will have it over. And that's it, the power play is over, and that'll be Tom Wilson. A little slashing, and he's in a penalty box.
Penalty on Washington, 2 minutes for slashing.
That's definitely not cool when you're doing it for. Slashing is definitely not the best choice when you need to do it for. Nobody wants to see that one getting whipped from his hand, and that's going to be the end for the Caps power play.
Capitals fans, disappointing. 94/85 again. Panthers will take another look at the power play.
They need to get this one enough range. The huge credit gets it over.
Penalty on the Washington Capitals, number 43. 2 minutes for slashing on Tom Wilson. Time and penalty in the third period, 12:35. That's penalty on the Washington Capitals on number 43, Tom Wilson. Time and penalty for the 4-on-4 in the third period, 12:35 for the 2-minute slashing.
And for sometimes for the Capitals, they've done a mistake too. They just did something that's totally bad. But hey, nobody's perfect if they did.
Big stop by Bobrovsky. Ovechkin now finds it over to Sandys, and he shoots. Blocked the shot by Walensky's, and back to Reinhardt. Only 10 seconds remaining for a 4-on-4 advantage. And back to Schmidt. Here's Walensky's shot missed away. And Sandin has it over to Alex Ovechkin. 4-on-4's over. Florida Panthers will start their power play. Only 1:07 remaining, as Schmidt will have it again to Walensky's. Now it's in big groups. Reinhardt trying to look for 3. And he's right to the middle. Reinhardt shot stopped by Thompson. He shuts down for Reinhardt with 3 goals in the game.
There it is. That's what you need to do for. Logan Thompson was really like giving that one out. He won't be seeing this play afterwards. You give that one a slack out.
Another win for the Capitals. Then Reestad will clear the zone. He has it over to Dow. Dow. Pass from outside. Roy's shot. Stop made by Sergei Bobrovsky. Another big hit for the Capitals. Lushkarainen has it down to Aaron Ekblad, and he gives it over to Lindell. Here's a chance now to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad finds Verhage. Verhage looks to Bennett. Bennett tries to give the pass to Verhage. Lushkarainen gives it over back to Bennett. Bennett back to Verhage. Try to stop that play. Try to keep the Aaron Ekblad. One-time plays. This one got down. Another penalty is going to be on the Capitals. No, this is not the best thing in the world. Nobody's been like trying to get that one out. That's another big penalty plays, and they've already been sticked on him. One down. Good shot. Black shoots. Saved by Thompson. Trying to put a rebound. That one stays out of the zone. With the power play over, it'll be another one. And he'll have to stop that one to carry that one out. Block the shot. Save made by Thompson. Block the shot. And that will stop and play with only 10:18 remaining. Washington penalty, 2 minutes for cross-checking. You see that one right down there? That big cross-checking is going to make that one feel worse. Nobody didn't see that one. It's going to be right to the cross-checking to the board. That is a bad play.
Yeah, it's
really not kind of good when you do for. And now the losing percentage could be the end for the Washington Capitals in the first game. And the fans are really
Penalty on Washington Capitals, number 22. 2 minutes for cross-checking by Brandon Newham.
I don't see what's
Top
going
penalty,
on.
10:50 remaining in the third period. That's penalty for the Washington Capitals on number 22, Brandon Newham.
I don't know what's
Top penalty in the third period, 10 minutes, 50 seconds for a 2-minute cross-checking.
Don't have anybody to change it out today the whole entire time. I don't know how that one's going to make it in, but this can be a close call. Right on. Trying to go for 3, and it's McMichael will send it back to Hiller. Hiller. Cruz in zone out, right around the net. And Matthew Tkachuk will send it the other way. Passes over to Reinhardt. And Reinhardt will have it to Alexander Barkov. Barkov. Tormel save play. Barkov with the rebound back to Schmidt. And it's now back to Lawrence Eller. Smack him right there near the wall. Back to Rodriguez. He sets to Schmidt. He now has to Tkachuk. Tkachuk goes to Reinhardt for 3. Save by Logan Thompson. 9:15 remaining in the first period. Big down the other way. Toward the wall with a chance. Stop by the goaltender. That's going to be Sergei Bobrovsky with another big save. Sandy return away. Fouling for loose puck. Trying to get Barkov out of the way. The rebound by down. And Barkov trying to get the puck out of the zone. Matthew Tkachuk, nowhere to go. Tkachuk gives again to Rodriguez. Rodriguez pass to Tkachuk. Tkachuk rolling out it in. He'll send it over to Schmidt. Schmidt pass over to Bennett and it's been knocked over. Here comes Wilson. Time on top range. Stop the play by Lindell. Timing is running down for the team. Capitals are ready to go in full strength. Oh, what a save by Thompson. Back to Brigade. And that power play comes to the end. Wolf save by Thompson. Now we're full strength. This was even tighter. Thompson really showed off with some harder range, and the Florida Panthers didn't seem like they were going to care for it at all. They've really been picked out. I feel like this was really like a hardest, intense game. No one was ever going to imagine that this would be all turned for nothing. Van Riestad has it over to Protas the other way. And here's McMichael. Runs right toward it in the wall. Right to the blue line passing by that is Stankovic. And now here's Forsland the other way. Forsland. Toward middle to nose that shot saved by Thompson. 7:52 remaining in the third period as both teams are ready to kick off their next puck drop. Lots of time left in the period. Still a 6-2 game Florida Panthers. As the win for the Capitals, here's Sandy. You'll have it over to Ovechkin. Trying to get 2 more in his goal. Alex Ovechkin shot. That's blocked out. Swing it away. Ovechkin on the shot range, blocked the shot. And it's back to Kekovich. He's right behind the net. Behind the bag is another hit for the Capitals. And Kekovich finds Forsling again. Now has it to Nosek. Nosek fires it around the net. AJ Greer can't get it to go. And he's over down to Tom Wilson with 7:15 remaining in the third. Behind the back is Alex Ovechkin. He'll have it around and he scores! With the first goal of the game. And for the rivalry, he has got up early. He's one goal for the Bears. It was 20-0, really good for Mark Burger, and this goal was way outside. Pass-off range was not really clear. He really was showing off. We're running that way to get that way an extra room. This big team is going to get that one and an excellent save. Capitals are down by 4-3 as they're trying to get a close extension to the game, and it's now Mikula trying to watch on in, and he rolls that one in. Stop by Bobrovsky. And it's back to Mikula. Mikula sets to Lustrina. Lustrina pass over to Bovis. Bovis. Pass over halfway to Kulikov. Kulikov trying to wash it out. Fighting to Lustrina again to Lundell. Lundell pass to Kulikov. Kulikov passes over to Mikula. Watches Frank from Lundell shoot. He scores! 8-2, Listerine with a deflection. Now he has 2 goals in the game. This can't be happening. Listerine just made his own big tipper. He felt like, I don't know. I felt like, yep. And he just did. I was really stunning out for Ito Listerine. He really didn't think that was going to make that in. And it just couldn't get better afterward. Well, I'm not sure how that one is going to change it. Well, you may just remember it. How that happened, I don't think that wasn't even enough. So that one may have been in there with some big deflection. Well, I would say now is, how can you get it?
Capitals goal!
They just haven't got the better chance.
First goal of the game in the conference
As you can
finals.
see, where the Capitals fans have left the game, as their now will be only just
assisted
under
by
6
number 8,
goals remaining in the third, and ready is the other way. It's a
and
7-3
number
game.
43, Tom
Wilson.
Top and a goal for the Washington Capitals in the third period, 12:53. Walking for Everett, his third goal in the playoffs, first goal of the game in the conference finals. Assisted by Alex Ovechkin and Tom Wilson in the third period at 12:53 in the playoffs.
Offside, it's back to Barkov. Barkov. Took the same right guard. Fires, denied by Thompson. 5:47 remaining in the third period. They'll get ready to have that one puck drop and covered and ready. A lot of time wasting and bounding, but the timing will be enough here if you'll get 4 more goals for the Washington Capitals. Another win for Sam Bennett. He has it against Schmidt. Schmidt, right throw in the gut. Rebound by Kachuk and Malinsky's. Rolls to Bennett. Bennett pass to Kachuk. Here's Kachuk back to Carlos and now has it over to Dubois.
For the goal, his second goal in the game for the conference finals, his third in the playoffs, scored by number 27, Ito Listerine. Assisted by number 15, Aiton Lundell, and by number 77, Nico Mikola. Time and a goal for the Florida Panthers in the third period, 13:24. That's Ito Listerine, his third goal in the playoffs, second goal in the game in the conference finals, assisted by Aiton Lundell and Nico Mikola in the third period at 13:24 in the playoffs.
Rebound to the final 5 minutes, presented by Discover. Down shoot save by Bobrovsky. And Sam Bennett's right toward in the opposite zone. The pass to Barbecues. In the Caps territory, here's that play. For 2 this time, big save by Thompson. He rolls back to Chick run. And Carlson has it enough. Down chance, misses the shot, and rebounded up right behind the net. Down, Ovechkin shot for 2. This one's blocked up by Aaron Ekblad, and he finds Cruz at Forsley. Forsley can't get it to go, and this one rolls it down to Sam B. The pass over to Strome the other way. It's back to Boves. He'll keep the puck moving again to Listerine. Listerine pass to Aaron Ekblad, and he rolls the window, find Aaron Ekblad, and then to Forsley. Forsley, behind the net, around the back, here's Boves. Boves pass to Aaron Ekblad. Ekblad, can't get it to go, trying to look over again to Boves. He finds Barkov. Barkov for Durhage. That one is back to Sam B. Tom Wilson. Behind the back, Van Riestad. Chops the stick, and he's so Tom Wilson to go back. That really slipped with on it. Here's the Tom Wilson. And that's so far. Tom Wilson is able to have his 7th goal in the playoffs. That's really a good punch. The waiting was really insane, and he was really able to win some entire time. And with that, more conception, more everybody has. Here's the win for the Capitals. This is now Tom Wilson. You're across, people over and ups and down. Rebound by Alex Ovechkin. He wipes it down. No penalty on Florida. Trying to watch his way down. And right to Van Riestad. Shot glove save by Bobrovsky. And Mikola right toward him. He rolls to Barkov. Back to Verhage. He rolls to over now back to Verhage.
Capitals goal. This is Barkov. Playoffs first goal of the game. Scored by number 43, Tom Wilson.
Didn't think there was no penalty.
Assisted by number 57, Trigger Van Riestad. And by number 38, Rasmus Sandin.
Well, this is what happens with
Time
that
and goal
one.
for
They're
Washington Capitals,
smashing, they're
16-11.
just crashing,
It's Tom
they're
Wilson,
banging,
his 7th goal in
and
the
they're
playoffs,
already been, like,
first goal in the
decked
game in the conference finals.
That's
Assisted by Trevor Van Riestad and Rasmus Sandin in the third period. 16-11 in the playoffs.
To Greer pass out of zone. Icing on Florida. 2:47 remaining in the third period. They'll be ready to have their reinforcement to get started for a puck draw. Win for Eller. And reset shoot. Same play by Bobrovsky. He'll hold it in play within 3 minutes in the third of the period. Now we have sent over to center ice, so I'll have his Ultra Beast standing by. Who had the best play of the game? I've got to say now that Sam Reinhart is making a great close range in the corner. He really has done so many other secret takes that he's really been doing for. What I say now is he's really like onto his full energy. Lack of life, really haven't played it optimally at the same time. Bolinski passes over to Nozak. Backhander, big stop save by Thompson with only 2:23 remaining in the third. Alexander Barkov and Alex Ovechkin are trying to make their way in for another puck drop. Got a win, gives it over to Schmidt, and Schmidt goes down. Rebound by Greer again, Bolinski's. Steve Clifton. Bolinski's has it to Greer. Greer goes down. Rebound by Radius. Here's Radius. Up and over the net. And right around the net will be Aaron Ekblad. Deep pass zone. That one broke it up. And under 2 minutes remaining in the third, Thompson will send it over now behind the pass. Van Riestad stuck up on the board and rebound by Radius. Taylor Radius. Near the home bench, and the other will have that one missed out. With the shot, redirected off the stick, and a rebound by the Panthers. They really couldn't get standard afterwards. That Rodriguez and their teammates have been really working it off really hard. I don't see how that one is going to change in, but they really been kept up for many. With the shoot save of Bobrovsky. He looks at Aaron Ekblad. He was sure how he's going to handle it. All I can say now is that Sergei Bobrovsky had really done his timing. He really had a lot of big patience afterwards. Now the Ottawa Senators, they still are disliking the Florida Panthers, but now they are just, the Devils are disliking our team for the Washington Capitals.
Just 1 minute remaining in the third period.
They want the Florida Panthers to win and head on to the finals for the very first time. Third pass to Mikula. That one gives out, and now the rebound by the Capitals. Under a final minute in the third period, as this one only 45 seconds remaining, you'll send it over to Eller. Hornets. No change in. Rebound by the Capitals. Right to the middle. It's back to Melinda. Down to 30 seconds remaining in the third. Jasper Bobas right around, and that again a loose to Raiden. Trying to watch it in, not finding Mikula, and pass to Lindell. Lindell looks to Kulikov to Lindell. Down to under 20 seconds remaining in the third. He looks to Mikula. Finds Lucerainen. Fires a shot, blocked it up by Strome, and final chance in for the Capitals. He rolls over to Alex Ovechkin. Trying to get two more. Fires it in. Big save by Sergei, and that will end the game. Your final score is the Panthers as they roll
and that's
in
going
with
to
the
end the
first
game. Your final score
for
for
the
the
Eastern
Panthers
Conference
7
Finals,
and the
7-4.
Washington Capitals
They
4 in
just
Game
had it
1
all.
of the Eastern
Sergei,
Conference Finals.
It's been a better win, but this time it will be the next game to keep the eyes on the saddle. He really had a lot of fun. The Blast was big on his moment to take his appearance.
Thank you for joining us here
And
for
that's
tonight's
gonna
game.
do.
We look forward to heading back for Game 2 as they take on a rematch against the Florida Panthers. We ask you folks to drive careful and get home safely.
You've been watching the Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Thanks, guys. Tucking in now for the 3-star players in the game. Starting with the 3rd star is Alex Ovechkin. Only 1 goal, 1 assist, and 16 hits. He only made so many hits on that. And then the 2nd-star player goes to Sergei Bobrovsky. 64 saves in this game. And then your 1st-star player of the game after a dialed in, here's dialed in and out. It's only Tom Wilson with 1 goal, 2 assists, and 28 hits.
There's so much to bring in, but a lot of it was really not always the big change that they ever do for. Well, that's all I say now. Florida Panthers have really been wanting the first game, and they definitely did. They just had that one for a lot of many reasons. I always got to respect this one here. They've really had to play it enough time to get back in the lead, and then keep playing again. That's all I did. Here's our dividend total statistics right now. It's an 89/68 total shots on goal for Florida, 131/78 for Washington, 15:59 time on attack for Florida over Washington, 93/85 percentage on the passing for Washington, 37 face-off wins was even on a close net. 12-minute penalty kill was on Washington, only 4 for Florida, with 1 power play goal of only 8:42, and no power play goals with only 3:10. So with that being said, the Florida Panthers won the first game on the road trip. It's a 1-0 lead series for Florida. Only 3 more left to win and move on to the Stanley Cup Final. Anyways, that is it for now. If you enjoyed this one, you might want to consider subscribing to his channel, and also check out the playlist for his channel. Links are at the end of the video for a calling card, as this will be displayed. In the meantime, that is it for now. Thank you all for watching, and as always, we'll see you next time for as well as the NHL Eastern Conference Finals of the Stanley Cup on EA Sports Style. This is Lightball, Test Tube, and Terry Cruz signing out. Thank you for watching, and so long in Washington, D.C. Good night, everybody.
If you don't, somebody will.